Ooh. Here we are. What's going on, guys? How are you doing? George Gonzalez, your realtor here, Ozark Properties, and wanted to, well, live today. It's TGIF market update. So today we're going to get into where we are, where the market is, talk briefly about rates, and then we'll look at a story that came out that I think is pretty relatable. It's probably something you never thought about when you buy a new house. So let's hop into it. So here we go. Again, we're looking at the market year over year. So what are we talking about here? New listings still down. Well, my dog decides to start crying as soon as I start doing this. But anyways, new listings continue to go down. They have been going down for the past couple of weeks, and now we have 11% drop year over year. So what does that mean? Well, there's less homes available to buy. So why is that important? Well, less inventory, and if that continues to trend, which it has been for almost a month, it's going to be tight when it comes to buying a house. Doesn't mean you can't buy a house. It just means expectations have to be readjusted. Perfect example, instead of looking at handful of houses, dozen houses, and then be like, hey, now I'm going to decide, you probably want to go in already in the first 3 to 4 houses and make a decision based off of those. Nothing wrong with that. Again, just expectations, because there aren't more homes coming to the market. So this is definitely a time to be picky. Understand what you are looking for, what your needs are, what your wants are, what the non-negotiables are, and take that into consideration. So do that, you'll be happy. Here we go, pending homes, and then of course supply and demand. No, not that many new homes coming to the market, and then pending homes continue to rise. So a 3% increase, so not as much as it has been in the past, but again, this solidifies the homes that are hitting the market are being sold. So that's what's making it difficult. So if you go out and you're looking at homes kind of passively, and then you're like a week later, then deciding that that house was the one, well, the one house is gone. This is what it boils down to. So you have to take that into consideration. It's just kind of adjusting and understanding what the market is. So you want to take advantage of the rates. House, not to say a house is a house, but if you know the area, the house, you have to pick the best house that's available to you at the time. All right, off-market listings, skip that. It's never, I don't see the point of that one. And we have here closings continue to be strong. So not only the houses, the few houses that are hitting the market, just to clarify, there are houses hitting the market. It's just not as many as there is. So with low supply and a high number of homes, not only getting under contract, so people are put into contracts and go into the process, they're closing. They are making it to the closing table, so those homes are gone. And then showings are still up, and then online traffic is still up. So that just means that there is low supply, high demand. The easiest way that I can explain it. So if you're looking to get a house, reach out to me directly. This is the time to do it. Not only because of the rates, but the sellers at the same time, the people selling their homes, like, they're serious as well. It's not just you, the consumer, but it's also the people selling the house. So I think it's a good give and take. All right, so let's what else were we talking about here? Yeah, so that's how the market's been. Personally, a lot of activity with the market. you know, it's been a busy time. So let us go here. I'm gonna adjust the screen before I change the screen, right? See how the audio looks like. Oh, also, if you haven't, if you're a client and I haven't reached out to you in regards to the FHA Streamline, reach out to me. Love to share the video I have. It's just for my clients or someone that you know could benefit. It's a great program that is available to FHA owners. That's a federally backed mortgage loan, and it's a great help during this time, right? Easy way to lower your interest rate, which is going to drop your payments. Anyways, more details, let me know. I can send you the video link. What do we have here? Oh, that's right. I need to adjust. All right, here we go. So the next thing we're going to go into is an article that I saw on cron.com. Had a few people reach out to me about that, and very interesting. There is a house in North Houston, a new construction, the new construction builder. We'll get into it, let you know what happened. And then I'll break it down because I actually went through this personally when we bought this house. So let us, here we go. So this is on, actually not cron.com. This is on Click to Houston, AHOU Houston, I believe. Is it? Click to Houston. I'm terrible with the station. All right. So the article says Houston builders gets big step, leaves smart homes dumb, which is, I think, is a little far-fetched. I mean, smart home can be used loosely, so loosely nowadays. What justifies a smart home? If I have a router built into my house, does it make it smart? Or does it mean that I have Alexa? Does that make it smart? I don't know. So it says buying a new home is a big moment. Yes, it is. It's exciting. And there's a new community where they're missing a crucial utility. No internet service, especially during the pandemic. Very crucial. And what do we have here? And it says here, now imagine that you lose it for 6 months. Well, this will happen with this new neighborhood here, Tidwell Grove. And looks like each home is equipped with the smart home system. I'm curious what that really entails. I mean, I've seen new home advertisements say smart home, and it just means they give you a Google Home, or like even below that, like an Alexa, and now your house is smart. So yeah, I said they didn't find that until they closed. That probably was the biggest thing. They should have let them know. Oh, they are listed here. I have seen these homes. I've shown these homes. Yep, I've shown these homes. Yep. Wow. Yeah. So, so yeah. So it looks like it's a 40-unit community. 10 are sold so far, and they failed to notify. I think that's the biggest thing. They failed to notify not only the buyers, but they failed to notify the internet providers that they were starting construction. So Xfinity/Comcast. I will say, don't hold myself here. So it looks like what they're doing is offering homeowners $300 to cover mobile hotspot. And I'm curious if that $300 is a per month thing or like a one-time concession. Like, hey, here's $300, take care of it. So hotspots can cost like $100 a month, just the service. So now we know this. You're buying a house here, you're not gonna have internet now. And 289.9, and this is 1,500 square feet. About slightly above average. So, what I will say, this is the news, so they did embellish, the smart home thing. But here's my take. Personally, I went through this. I have not gone sick. I didn't go 6 months, maybe 4 months, 3 to 4 months. We bought our house and we did not have internet going in. Mind you, they told us there was no internet, but it was because of Comcast, Xfinity. It was their issue. So I will say, if it makes them feel any better, there is a chance, even if the builder did have, did notify like Xfinity that there was new houses going there and, they needed to do their part, there is a high probability that they still wouldn't have internet. I say that because when we got our house, they basically had a, because it was a new community, like brand new community. Their thing was like, hey, once 80% of the homes are sold or 80% have requested service or something like that, is when we will begin actually putting in internet. And I'll say like the first half of the homes, like they probably didn't have internet for a year. So maybe even longer, because we moved into the second half of the community and they still had another section across the street that they were, still building when we got our internet. So, if anyone lives there, like, hey, you're not alone. This is probably more common than you think with new construction. If you're moving into an established neighborhood, you don't have to worry about that. But new communities, I can see this being an issue. Not only if the builder drops the ball, but also the service provider. They have their own guidelines, qualifications, or however you want to see it, their own requirements of when they actually will run internet. Because the issue that they're saying here, that the builder did notify them, only thing Xfinity or AT&T, only thing they're going to do is drop a tower in the backyard, the front yard, wherever they decide to do it, and that's it. That doesn't mean you have internet, right? They still have to run the last leg from that little tower into your house. So technically, for us, we had quote unquote internet in our backyard. We were waiting for them to do their special thing to connect it from that box to our house. And that's what we waited for probably 4 months. So now, solution time. What can you do? So I'm going to share what I did. And that is, I got a hotspot. And I tried hotspotting from the phone. I'll tell you that right now, not a great solution. It works. Number one, bandwidth will be an issue, just because your phone is so small. So your phone's going to get hot. It's going to be slow. You may have caps from your service provider. So I don't recommend it unless it's an absolute emergency. Also, if you're trying to use, Netflix or Hulu or whatever you have on your TV, not going to work very well. Fire Stick, very finicky. And so Fire Stick or anything like that, probably not going to work. Or it's going to drop connection. I did have that quite a bit. The next best thing in the solution that I ran into is get a dedicated hotspot. Go through Amazon or eBay. Get the AT&T hotspot. If you want, I can link it below. Just let me know. It cost me about $70-$80. I think it was like $80 with taxes and shipping. You get a SIM card through Amazon. They're $1. Some stores sell them, but easy. Just get it to Target. You get it in 2 days. So now you're up to $81. And then you use a service called NetBuddy, and they will activate the card and you will have unlimited 4G LTE hotspot to that hotspot. And it's about $65 per month. That is what you want to use. That's what I used, and I ran internet in the whole house. It ran a TV, it ran 2 TVs, it ran two laptops, and 2 iPads. So roughly almost 10 devices. So if you're watching it, hey, that's the best route to do. It's a month-to-month service. Do not sign up with the other companies like. People like AT&T came out here. They actually got my neighbor in the front, got him signed up. They lied to him, and it was all capped. So NetBuddy, use that service, get a hotspot. It's listed on their site if you just Google them. That's what I used. It was great. Service activation took a couple hours. Good to go. So that's gonna do it for me, guys. I'm gonna sign off. Thanks again. Thanks for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed the stream here and you learn something new about the market, learn something new about internet service. So I'm gonna wrap it up. Have a great day. Peace.